Sup y'all, on this week's episode I'm going to show you how I made Shredneto, another Marvel TMNT crossover. This week it's Magneto and Shredder. That was suggested by a subscriber, and first thing I need to do, I'm heating up his hand with a heat gun, making sure not to melt it but just getting it soft enough to bend, and then I hold it, it's just a wet rag till it cools down in place, and I move on to trimming off his skirt armor, or whatever you call that. I move on to now a primer coat, and it's a white Vallejo primer. It's primarily made for, I think, air guns, but it works because it's a primer made for plastic, among other things. And sometimes I'll add a little bit of just regular white acrylic to thicken it up. Oh, but I didn't do that this time. Oh, maybe I did. So I bought a few new colors for this guy. I'm starting off with a true maroon. I wanted to go maroon with him, but I really want to go more with the cartoon than the movies. So I went for a brighter red, but did a base of the true maroon, because it'll make the next red pop out even more, and then it'll stay darker in some of the cracks and stuff. So the next red, it's a satin finish engine red, much closer to Magneto in the cartoons, and I'm just covering him with that. So I did Shredneto mainly because it has the word Neato in it, like Neato. Is anyone else a Pete Holmes fan? Pete Holmes show? Anyway, this is a 2mm foam I'm cut out for his crest. And I'm doing it green because it came in a variety pack, and there was a green sheet with little circles, and it's a hell of a time to cut out a little circle, unless you have like something to twist into it that's the right size circle and sharp enough. Anyway, I painted more purple, another layer, and I move on to a sterling silver. So I'm touching up some scratches he had on the silver parts of his armor, and also just going over the rest of it to make it shine more, because he still has to have his shredder elements, and that's the shredder pieces that he has. I'm covering him with a clear coat of matte varnish now, just to seal everything up so he doesn't get scratched later if he falls down or whatever might happen. And now I want his suit to be metal, so I'm dry brushing some more sterling silver, and you just put a little bit on the brush and then just spread it around as much as you can so it picks up the edges and brings everything out. And I like to just go crazy. Some people will just go a little bit here, a little bit there, but for me, if one place gets too much paint, I just go crazy on it, and also that is where it got a direct blow and there's more damage. I like to have it random in that way. To move on to his cape, I had already traced him on that piece of paper, but it didn't pick it up because the white is new in the frame. Anyway, I cut it out, and to cut it out symmetrical, an easy little trick is just fold it in half before you cut it. And I trace it on the material I'm using. I needed to find some purple material, and everything here is on a budget because I don't make any money. And so at Walmart, it was a woman's tank top, and it was only $4, so that worked out pretty well. And I like the purple that it was. I think it matches. And I'm just trying to use a toothpick. I put super glue, and I want it to go under his shoulder pads as much as possible. And here I have space. I can just glue it directly under to hang over his shoulder a little bit. And then that's what he looks like. So I still have plans for a Donnie Marvel character. This one was suggested by a subscriber named Eben, or maybe that's just his YouTube moniker. Maybe not. Next week is going to be something from DC, but not Ninja Turtles. And until then, always keep your head up. Peace.